English Shorthand Senior, February 2018. Start. Mr. Chairman, sir, I thank you very much for giving me a chance to meet some of the points raised by honorable members on the opposite side. First of all, it has been said that the male nurse can be given further training for 2 or 3 months and can be used as a health assistant. I may inform the House that the scale of pay of a male nurse is higher than that of a health assistant. So, if we give training to the male nurse and post him as health assistant, he will be getting a salary less than what he would get as male nurse. So far as primary health centers are concerned, we are now thinking of a scheme by which better training can be given to meet both the public health requirements and those on the curative side. The mention has been made about the extension of the honorary medical officer system in state hospitals. The honorary system has been working well. I may point out that the essential duty posts are now being held by the fully paid officers of the government. But the difficulty is in getting honorary doctors, especially in the mafsal. The response is very poor. In the cities, to some extent, we have been getting them. At present, the Director of Medical Services recommends every year creation of more posters of honorary medical officers, but we find it difficult to get sufficient number of doctors. Then, as regards the integration of the medical and public health departments, the matter is now under consideration. As a matter of fact, both the departments are now combined in some states, but it is not so in our state. We are now trying to see whether we also cannot integrate both the departments. It has also been mentioned at the recent conference of health ministers that it will be a very good step if both these departments are integrated. Now, in the primary health centers, there is much overlapping of staff in certain places, and in some other places, there is shortage of staff. Then, reference was made to the admission of a blind person in the general hospital and his discharge from it after 2 or 3 days. It was also stated that he was consequently thrown into the streets, that such things should not happen in future, and that appropriate steps should be taken to see that such persons were taken care of by handing them over to some institutions or some responsible persons. I am glad to say that the Resistant Medical Officer of the General Hospital has reported that sanction has been given for employing attendants from contingencies to take care of blind persons wherever necessary. As regards the actual happening, if the honorable member gives me more facts, I will have the matter inquired into. The mention has been made about the issue of medicines to non gazetted officers. Now they are treated with medicines that are available in the hospital, but if they are not available there, they are required to purchase them privately and give them to the doctor for injection or for any other purpose. It has been said that if the hospital itself makes necessary arrangements to purchase such medicines and supply them to patients, it is certain that the cost of such medicines will be at least 20% less than the market price. But my own information is that it will not be less, but on the other hand, it will be more. Of course, I don't know the reasons. Letter from Sripati and Company, Madurai, to the Secretary, Students Cooperative Stores, National High School, Karaikudi. Dear Sir, we thank you very much for your kind enquiry of the ninth instant. We are glad to note that you are interested in buying your requirements of stationery articles from us, for which we are grateful to you. In the first place, we wish to inform you that we are dealing in school and college textbooks, notebooks, and various items of stationery that may be required by students for the purpose of their studies. We have been in the field for the last 10 years. You will be pleased to know that we have been getting regular orders from various schools and colleges for our articles. We take it as evidence that our goods are very much liked, as we take care of to see that they are of very good quality. In this connection, we wish to inform you that if you want notebooks of any special quality or design, we will be willing to consider your request and take necessary steps to meet your requirements, because we are aware that various institutions require different types of material. We enclose a copy of our catalog and price list. The prices are liable to change from time to time. We hope and trust that we will be hearing further from you about your requirements at an early date. Yours faithfully, English Shorthand Senior, August 2017. Start. Mr. Vice Chairman, Sir, I thank all the honorable members for the constructive suggestions and valuable observations made by them during the discussion on the appropriation bill. The Minister for Finance, while replying to the general discussion on the budget, covered all the points regarding black money, price rise, etc. So, I don't think that it is necessary now for me to deal with them once again, and I don't want to waste the time of the House on those points. As many as 10 members have spoken on various points. Even though I will not be able to reply to all the issues raised by them, I shall try to satisfy the honorable members as far as possible. At the outset, one honorable member spoke about non performance of public sector undertakings. I share the concern of the honorable members about the performance of public sector undertakings. I would like to say that the government also are not fully satisfied, and that is why it has been included as the last item in the 20-point program. I would like to point out that the last point deals with the improvement of the efficiency of public sector enterprises. I agree that there is a lot of scope for improvement. The finance minister, while replying to the general discussion on the budget, gave the details in this regard and expressed his dissatisfaction. As a matter of fact, he said that there should be improvement by toning up the administration. That should be done in the case of both the public sector undertakings and the banking sector. Then honorable members expressed their concern about the deficiency in administration. I am aware that honorable members raise various issues here in all seriousness. Members on that side and on this side expressed concern, but some of them are not present here now. One honorable member spoke about the weakness in the banking sector, and in this connection, he dealt with corruption If I am right, last year in his speech, he referred to corruption in the Integrated Rural Development Program. He pointed out that in the matter of purchase of pump sets, the price quoted by the bank people was higher than the price quoted in the market. He also stated that the benefit was not reaching the weaker sections of the people, and he also stated that there was some kind of corruption. In all seriousness, he has stated that therefore is corruption, that there is some deficiency in the administration, and that the government should take necessary action. No doubt it is a very good intention. Now, if these issues are taken into consideration and if somebody takes steps seriously, what would be the fate of the person? I am bringing this to the notice of the House. Honorable members may remember what happened in this House the other day. In the present circumstances, if we want to remove corruption, honorable members should realize what the reaction would be from the point of view of the people. It is stated that there is an element of corruption, but what can the minister do? When it is said that the benefit is not reaching the weaker sections, the people concerned are not identified correctly. Then it is said again and again that the living condition of the poor sections of people living in the rural areas should be improved. If we do not something, it is said that is political. I have already stated what we have done after we took charge and I don't want to repeat it. Letter from Secretary to Government, Personal and Administrative Reforms Department, Chennai, to all heads of departments. Sir, the practice of deputing state government servants on foreign service has been in vogue for a long time. There are also rules and regulations governing their service conditions on such occasions. Clarifications have been issued from time to time on certain points with regard to such deputation. There was the practice of giving one stage promotion to government servants on such occasions. It had been ordered some time ago that the existing orders of giving one stage promotion under the foreign body when government servants were deputed to foreign service were cancelled. In this connection, a doubt has been raised whether the request of the Government of India for deputation of personnel on higher scales may be allowed. It is clarified that the above orders are applicable only to deputation of state government servants to state undertakings on foreign service terms. It may be pointed out that deputation of state government servants to the Government of India on higher scales is ordered only after obtaining the willingness of the government servants concerned and the seniors who are not willing for such deputation will have no grievance. So it is clarified that government servants may be deputed to Government of India giving one stage promotion. This may be followed in the case of deputation of state government servants to Government of India. Yours faithfully. English Shorthand Senior, August 2016. Start. Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, I thank the honorable members for the constructive suggestions they have made in the course of the debate. I think you will agree that the debate was mainly concentrated on famine. Of course, we all agree that we are passing through a very difficult period and the people are suffering a lot. Now we have to see how we can give relief to the people. In dealing with this problem, I would like to say this. We were doing our best to save the people of this state by giving relief to them. But in spite of that, it has been said that we have made difference between region and region. In this connection, I may tell the House that as far as this matter is concerned, our conscience is quite clear. As Finance Minister, I am aware of the expenditure which was sanctioned for the purpose of famine relief. Those who think that we have not gone far to give more relief have not understand the magnitude of the problem and the resources available to the government to meet the famine conditions. Honorable members think that we have got enough resources to meet the problem of this size. It is not true. That is why the Chief Minister told the House yesterday that this was an unprecedented famine. It is not as if you are going through normal times. We are passing through abnormal times. There was drought during that last 6 years. To that extent, the resources of the government have been affected. That was why the Chief Minister said that the central government must come to the aid of the state. In the coming year, I hope that we will have normal conditions so that the people may get some relief. It is with that the hope that the government have provided for 17 lakhs of rupees for famine relief. Honorable members need not think that this is the only amount that is available for famine relief. I would like to point out that there are many other sources from which adjustments can be made if there is distress in a particular area. We can divert money to that area if any area is affected again by drought conditions. We will face it with determination, and I am sure that I will have the cooperation of the House in providing relief to the affected people. We are taking off famine. At the same time, we have also to face the problem of unemployment and the low purchasing power among the people. In my opinion, this is due to the fact that the majority of our people are engaged in agriculture and agriculture depends upon a fair monsoon. If there is a failure of monsoon to that extent, production goes down. So, when there has been failure of monsoon for 6 years, the purchasing power of the people goes down. There is nothing surprising about it. The leader of the opposition seems to think that if we give 75% of the produce to the tenant, it will lead to increased production. But I would like to point out that we are mostly a state of peasant properties. In spite of that, production is going down. As a matter of fact, production has gone down throughout the country. If that is so, it is due to failure of rains. Further, it must be remembered that the land holdings are small and the peasants do not have sufficient capital to invest in agriculture. We must improve the economic condition of the peasants. Letter from Varadan and Company, Tirupur to Messrs. Ramanujam and Company, Chennai. Dear sirs, we thank you very much for your letter of the third instant. In this connection, we would like to inform you that we have received just now the four consignments of the glass articles sent by you by rail. We are glad to inform you that we are very much pleased with the quality of the goods supplied to us. At the same time, we regret to inform you that one of these consignments have been damaged so much that they have become useless. But we wish to tell you that the damage had not been due to any mistake on your part. It is clear to us that the damage has occurred during transit by rail. We have seen that the railway authorities have not taken sufficient care in handling the goods. It seems to us that some heavy goods are placed above this consignment. As a result, the goods have been damaged. We have reported the matter to the railway authorities. We enclose a copy of our letter of complaint lodged with the railway authorities so that you may pursue the matter with them and claim damages. Apart from that, according to the terms and conditions of the contract of sale entered into by us, we shall be glad if you make necessary arrangements to second goods to replace the damaged articles. Yours faithfully, English Shorthand Senior, February 2015. Start. Mr. Speaker, sir, I should like to say a few words on the points raised by honorable members while discussing the budget items relating to the departments of transport, labor and industries. So far as transport is concerned, it has been suggested that we should be more liberal in the issue of permits for new routes. At the same time, during the discussion on a bill recently, it was pointed out that the profit was already low, and in view of the fact that we had introduced more buses on the routes, it would go down further. So it was suggested that there should be action of new routes and that at any rate two new buses must be put on the existing routes where there were sufficient number of buses. I think I gave one assurance at the time that as far as possible that suggestion would be accepted. I must say that it is not in my power to give a direction to the regional transport authorities. I will do my best to see that unnecessary competition is not introduced. With regard to motor vehicles taxation, I must say that there has been good cooperation. Some honorable members had said that it would be a hardship, but I know that the bus operators have come forward to help the government. There has been a representation that we must not charge spare buses and that we must permit monthly collection of the compounding fee. So far as the spare buses are concerned, we have agreed to the request for monthly collection of the compounding fee, but that is a matter which is beyond my power. So I shall come forward with an amendment so that I may be permitted by this House to help the bus operators in this matter. It may require some more staff, but I must say that it will be a great help to the bus operators. I hope that at the proper time I shall be able to present a statement on this matter and explain it in greater detail. So far as labor is concerned, I must say that last year has been a year of more or less cordiality between employer and employees. It is natural that there will be difference of opinion between human beings. So there are some differences, but I must say that except in few cases there has been peace. As far as the government are concerned, we feel that as far as possible there should be voluntary conciliation. If there is voluntary conciliation, it will be lasting. With regard to power cut, it is true that in the state it has affected labor. In the next few months, it may be more severe and many people may have to go out of employment. So it has been said that the government should come forward with legislation to pay the workers on unemployment allowance. I am sure the honorable members are aware of the financial position of the state, and I am afraid that until it improves, this suggestion cannot be considered, for it may make the financial position more difficult. On this occasion, I must say that the mill owners of Coimbatore have been generous. they have come to some understanding, and I don't know if it has satisfied the workers. But I must point out that they have agreed to pay a minimum salary if every worker doesn't get full work. I'm sure that it is a good beginning, and I hope that the mill owners will be able to pay more. Letter from Rama and Company, Pune to the Central Stationery Agency, Kolkata. Dear Sirs, we regret very much to learn that the consignment of link sent by us against your order of the third instant has been found to be of a quality inferior to that ordered by you. We request you to accept our sincere apologies for this mistake. In this connection, we should like to point out that the wrong supply was unintentional and it was due to an error in our stores department. On receipt of your complaint, we have made a thorough investigation into the matter and we have found that the error was caused by misplacement of a batch of ink bottles containing defective ink which was meant for return to our factory. As a result, these bottles got mixed up with batches containing good ink and were wrongly sent to you. We have taken disciplinary action against those responsible for this mistake, and we assure you that we will take great care to avoid such mistakes in future. We are now very glad to inform you that we have already sent a consignment of the right quality ink in replacement of the earlier one, and we request you to return the bottles containing defective ink carriage forward. We once again express our sincere regret for any inconvenience caused to you and trust that the matter has been settled to your complete satisfaction. Yours faithfully,